Hoover, Hoover, Hoover. Oh, hello, is it that time already? Well, you've just caught me in the, well, coming to the end of my meditation session. I like to just have a bit of me time before I unbox or demonstrate a vacuum cleaner. My chakras are all in line, my karma is good, I'm at peace with the world and the YouTube viewing public. Welcome, my friends, to ibaisaic. I am your vacuum guru, Roger, and I'm going to take you on a mystical journey of vacuuming and other floor care appliances. So today, it's an unboxing, or rather an unbagging, because this particular little vacuum cleaner that's just below me, I've splashed it with some holy water and I've said a prayer for it. This vacuum is in a bag, so hopefully it survived the Royal Mail throwing it about and playing football with it. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to unbag the Hoover Brushvac. Well, here it is, my friends. This is the package that was handed to me a few days ago and has remained in my sacred place until I was ready, and it was ready, to be revealed to the world of the YouTube viewer. So, taking my trusty kitchen scissors, I'm going to cut into this right down the middle, open up to reveal what I hope will be a working Hoover Brushvac. I won't do it like that, in case I damage the item, but what I will do is gently make some incisions here, here, and here. This rather boring taupe coloured bag reveals on the inside something a lot more beautiful. And that's a lesson we can have in life. Sometimes a plain exterior on the outside can reveal a thing of beauty on the inside. That's what I'm always telling myself. This has come from somewhere in Guildford, which is in Surrey. What a beautiful bag. I don't know where this bag was from, but I know where it's going. Straight in my bin. So apart from the outer bag, we have some bubble wrap. Or if you're a follower of Red Dwarf, a tension sheet, although I do need to paint it red. So unwrapping the Hoover Brushvac. This is the second Brushvac actually I've got. I didn't bother unboxing the first one. I was a little bit disappointed with it because I didn't notice at the time that the flex had been replaced on it, and also it was missing the diffuser, the black diffuser filters where the motor grill is. So it's obviously been opened up. But what I'm going to do, I feel, because the one I opened and not on YouTube, I think is in better condition externally than this one. So what I'm going to do with the two Brushvacs is make one decent machine. This has the original flex. I didn't notice the flex was wrong on the first Brushvac I unboxed until I noticed. Because I knew on the original Brushvac, and I had two from brand new, so I do remember, the flex is rather thin and flat. But on the one I was sent, it was rather thick and round. Now, this is model S1083, it's 250 watts, it's bagless, and it's made in Taiwan, Republic of China, for Hoover PLC. And here it is. This is by far, from memory, the best little handheld vacuum I've used. And I do love the styling. It's very like a Hoover Junior at the front, I've always thought. But it really packs a punch. Now, unfortunately, I mean, these brushes look okay. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to get out of the lotus position. It's a position I've not been in since school assembly days when we had to sit on the floor. Oh! That's it. Oh, there we go. Let me just hitch up these jogging bottoms because this is a vacuum video. We don't want anything else popping out. Now then, here we go, the Hoover Brushvac. Yes, I think looking at it, it's a little bit more worn. So I will, I think, yes, use the other machine. So here's the brush roll. It's a proper brush roll. Now, unfortunately, you cannot buy these brush rolls. I've checked. If I come across one, or if anyone knows where I can get a new brush roll, please let me know. Even the belts, I believe, are obsolete. Now, I'm sure I could probably get them from somewhere in the USA, but you know, the cost of getting things from the USA is pretty high. Not just the postage. Sometimes you're stung with further customs charges. I made that mistake of ordering some parts for a Roomba I used to own. And the parts were, you know, not too badly priced, but the Royal Mail wouldn't part with it until I paid them about £15 extra. So I wasn't happy about that. It was a cost I didn't know about. Anyway, so here's the rating plate for this one. Oh yes, there we are. So the other one I've got does work, it works well, but it's not original enough. But I think I'll be using most of the outer casing from the other one, taking the internal bits. This has actually got, with the other one, you can actually see the motor. It didn't have this, there's a sort of a black exhaust mesh filter on there. I didn't realise at the time, and I thought, hang on, that looks wrong, and then I remembered. This would have come, I believe, with a clip-on dusting brush originally, and then the second version we got in the UK was black and blue, and it had a translucent dust cup. I had that one as well. I also had, which is very rare now in the UK, I had the full toolkit, which consisted of a wall hanging bracket, so you could put the machine, I think it sat on the wall hanging bracket like that, and then there's a little flexible hose and I think it had an extension tube, I'm not sure. It certainly had a dusting brush, and I believe it had a crevice tool. And it wasn't a stretchy hose, it was just like a flexible hose, and it clipped on in a similar manner to like an upright. It had a little pan converter. Anyway, this is, as I say, it's a bagless unit, and here should be, inside here, it should be a filter. Hang on, it's a bit stiff. Oof. Oh yes, it's a bit dirty. So here's the motor unit. The motor and the fan are behind this squeal. This is where the dirt's quite narrow. This is where the dirt comes through, so it's obviously picked up via the nozzle here, swept into the air path, which is right at the bottom, and then it goes through this little flap and into the container. So this is the motor filter. It is washable. Obviously it needs washing. Look at that. I mean, I'll put this down on my carpet in order to demonstrate it, but you know, when you sell a vacuum on eBay, why don't you just empty it, eh? Just empty the dirt before you post it. But for my purposes, I'm not too concerned. You know, you get all sorts when you buy on eBay. Buyer beware, as they say. eBay is a bit like the quote from Forrest Gump. My mama used to say, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Well, eBay is also like a box of chocolates. Because sometimes, well, you might have an idea of what you're going to get, but often the reality of what you get doesn't quite match the pictures. And that's a lesson we must all learn from life. Children, mums and dads, boys and girls, cats and dogs, fowl, felines, I've said cats, bovine, whoever's watching anyway. You're all welcome. We're all God's creatures, aren't we? Anyway, I can see my little thing is flashing. I've only got 2 minutes left, and I need more than 2 minutes, so I'll just pause, plug this in, I'll pause my camera, delete anything unwanted, make a bit of room, and then just give you a quick demo of this, and then you'll see this a bit more later on when I've cleaned it up. I might show it with the other one I got and then show you what I've done with both. But for now, I'm just going to spread this dirt about and pick it up. Okay, I've moved the Brushvac out of harm's way just in case it wants to blow up on me. I've switched the switch to the on position. I've got it plugged in, so all I have to do now is switch it on at the socket. You'll probably see it move. There'll be a little bit of a jolt when it initially turns on, but hopefully it will continue to run. The belt will be working and the agitator will be rotating. But for my initial turn on, better to be safe than sorry. I do have RCDs on my home wiring, being a new house, so if any electricity should leak out, I should be okay. That sounds okay to me. I couldn't see if the brush roll was rotating, so I'll turn it on again and we'll just see if the brush is going. Seems fine and dandy, like sugar candy. Well, here we have somebody else's bag of filth that I've spread about on the carpet. There's a mixture of some dog hair, some dust, and even, I've just spotted somewhere, where is it? I saw a little gold star somewhere amongst the dirt. It's so small I've lost it, but it was there, I can assure you. There was a tiny little gold star. So perhaps the owner of this Hoover Brushvac was a crafter and had the time to make their own greetings cards. Far too much time on their hands if that's the case. So let's take the Brushvac. I'm convinced it's not going to blow up on me. I'm going to pass it through the middle of this dirt in true ibaisaic style, and we'll see the line of shame that the Hoover Brushvac will possibly leave. Not too bad at all. Bit of a line of shame, and I think it was struggling a bit. I think it does need a new belt. Hopefully I can get one. Now the fact that I could stop that brush roll very easily with my fingers means it does definitely need a new belt, because if this was a new belt and a tight belt, if I was to do that, I would severely hurt my fingers, because this, from my recollection, was a beast at cleaning. In fact, the other Brushvac I've got must have a better belt in, because it even has that noise that a Hoover upright would make. You can hear the brush actually vibrating and grooming. I'll just pick up a bit more of this anyway, but yes, certainly a new belt is required. I'll show you all that in another video, but to get to the belt there is a single screw, Phillips screw at the bottom there, so you remove that, this base comes off, but also this little front piece comes off, just like a Hoover Junior, and then you can see how you can loop the belt onto the spindle at the front. Tune in for another video, because I will be doing that later on. Now, all in all, pretty disappointing. It's got some of the dust up, but it's left a lot of the bits. As I say, the brush, I can hear, oh well, not can hear it, but I can feel it struggling as I move it across the carpet. So basically I think the brush is staying more or less stationary, and we've just got a bit of suction. Obviously the suction will improve when I clean the filter, but the motor sounds good. So as I say, with the other Brushvac I've got, I think I'll get one pretty decent machine out of the two. Well, that's the end of my initial unbagging and first look and quick demo of the Hoover Brushvac. As I said, please subscribe and you'll be updated when I upload a new video regarding this vacuum, but there are a lot of other videos coming up on older vacuums, brand new vacuums, maybe the odd washing machine, maybe the odd floor washer, who knows, but there is a lot of new items coming up on ibaisaic for all you vacuum fans to enjoy. So I think it's a lovely day out there. I'm going to be at one with nature. I'm going to get another vacuum cleaner to pick up what the Brushvac left, and then I will be out to enjoy God's creation. So until the next time, thanks for watching. I love you all. It goes without saying. Peace be with you and all of your loved ones. Stay tuned for more vacuum fun coming up very soon. Namaste.